until I was like 18. I was like, okay, now I'm old enough, I can go and visit this place. And I loved it. I came back and I came back, but it would cost me like over £100 go up and down, whereas here I can get the train anywhere so cheaply. It's so comfortable. My name is Tegan. I'm from England. I'm currently working in Korea in a city called Dongtan. 25 years old. Yeah.
How was your experience so far in Korea?
I feel like because this isn't my first time to be in Korea. Since I was 18, I've been to Korea like 6 times for different reasons that I'm really used to being here. So these days I don't really notice any big difference because I'm so used to it. I do really like being here. It's very different to England. It's a lot more convenient than England. That's the thing I like the most. Well, in England, if you want to go to the doctor, let's say, you have to wait like 2 weeks to try and get an appointment or something. The dentist, you have to wait weeks to get an appointment. I used to live in the countryside, so to get the bus or the train anywhere, my university was the other side of the country to my hometown, but it would cost me like over £100 go up and down, whereas here I can get the train anywhere so cheaply. Those are the main things that I think make me so happy to be here. It's so comfortable.
And the medical fees are quite cheap, right?
Yeah, because in England everything's free. Obviously it's more expensive here, but it's not expensive at all in that way. And also it's better. So in England it's free, but it's hard to have access to the actual Medicare because you have to wait. So actually you only pay a little bit, but it's better.
So when you were young, why did you visit Korea so often?
My interest started with K-pop. Like 13, I discovered Big Bang. I was so obsessed and it kind of stuck with me until I was like 18. I was like, okay, now I'm old enough, I can go and visit this place that, I've learned a lot through getting, an interest in it. And I loved it. So I came back and I came back and I started learning Korean. So then I came back here to study Korean, took Korean as a degree in university in England. So that also had a year abroad here as well. So then I spent another year here. And then I spent all that time studying Korean. I thought that after I graduate, I might as well come back to work. Otherwise, it feels like a waste of 4 years of my life. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, that's how I ended up here.
You've spent quite a long time kind of thinking about Korea when you were young. When you actually came to Korea, do you think your imagination kind of matched the reality?
It did. And it didn't. I don't know. I feel like because you don't really see the worst sides of Korea when you're from afar. Obviously the media is only showing you the good things generally, but the good things have been good. So it kind of has been similar, but obviously experiencing it, like I've had a lot of Korean friends and I've had Korean partners, so I've kind of gotten more into the aspects of real Korea, how real Koreans live.
Right.
And that's when you notice how hard it really is to be here. Anyway, I feel like it's different, but it's also kind of the same. No, that's a really bad answer, but that's how I feel. Yeah.
So you've said you have quite a few Korean friends.
Yeah, I'd say so.
What do you think Korean people's characteristics are?
Friends that I've made have all been so open and kind. I haven't really met anyone who's been unfriendly, and they're so willing to help. They really make so much effort to do things with you, but also they all tend to be quite good at English as well, so they're more like confident, whereas I've also met a lot of very shy Koreans who don't really feel like they can talk to me because they're scared, I don't know, to speak English or whatever. So then they seem a bit more reserved, but I don't think that's actually their personality. I just think that maybe that's because they're too shy to talk to me. But everyone else that I've met has been so kind and welcoming and lovely. Yeah, I've had a good experience with the people here for sure. Yeah.
And what's your opinion on Korean food?
I do love Korean food. I do. Well, I don't know if you know much about England, but we're not really known for having the most tasty food.
Right.
And I have to admit it's true. So comparing the two, everything is a lot more tasty here.
Okay.
I really love Korean food, yeah. Favorite Korean food, probably Daejeokbokkeum.
Daejeokbokkeum. Oh.
It's my favorite, yeah. It just tastes so good. There used to be this like harmony jib restaurant near I used to go to Gyeonggi-dae for a year, and that was just, oh my, it's the best Daejeokbokkeum I've ever had in my life, and I just think about that all the time.
Daejeokbokkeum in Korea is usually known to be like men's food.
Yeah, I heard
Like,
that man's soul food. Yeah,
soul food.
everyone does.
But you like it.
But I like it too. Sorry,
Yeah.
I like it too.
Can you tell me, just because like there's this stereotype in England that they don't really have good food, recommend to Korean people, like one of the foods that is actually good?
It's hard because we eat like other countries' food. I'm trying to think of some like actual traditional British food. Everyone knows fish and chips. But I don't actually like fish, so I don't even want to recommend that because I don't eat it myself. But just my mum's cooking. I want to recommend my mum's cooking, but she can't
Yeah.
cook for people.
What are some of the food that she cooks?
My favorite thing she cooks is gnocchi, but that's technically
Oh,
Italian,
yeah,
I
that's
guess, so
true,
that
yeah.
doesn't count. Or maybe like we have a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie. No, bangers and mash, sausage and mash. Gravy.
Oh, that sounds good. You said you've dated a Korean partner too, right? Are you
Yeah.
currently dating? No?
Not currently.
How was your experience? That
I have good experiences mainly. The main thing I notice is even if you speak Korean and your partner speaks some English, it's okay in the beginning, but once the relationship gets really deep, that's when it gets harder because the topics you're needing to talk about, it's harder to express your thoughts in your language and for them to understand or try to say it in your second language. So that's when I've noticed the issues. It's like, it's all good in the beginning, but then after a while it gets really hard and it's really hard to get through that. But also, if you don't know Korean culture that much, then that also would be an issue. Whereas I feel like I've learned a lot, so nothing really shocks me. I've been expecting behaviors and things.
Mhm.
But on the whole, I've met some really nice people. I've had some good experiences dating as well. So I don't have any horror stories.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have any.
So that's good.
Which is good. I
Yeah.
feel lucky. But yeah, it
Yeah.
is tough though. It is tough.
So, how's your working experience in Korea? Not good.
It's been okay. It's not for the weak. I'll say that. It's not for the weak, and you have to be prepared to stand up for yourself, not let yourself get taken advantage of. Really do as much research as you can on any place you're going to take a job at. That's all I want to say.
Can you just tell me honestly, like, do you feel like you're overworked?
If I want to compare myself to Korean standard, I think no, because I know how hard Koreans work, especially in offices and everywhere. So if I'm like comparing, I think no. It's tough. It's not necessarily being overworked. It's just, I don't know if you know about this, there's this thing called the Korean surprise that's like famous. I don't know if it's just like working as English teacher, but the things change at the last minute and no one tells you, like the communication is not good. They'll just suddenly be like, oh, we're doing this. We're like, oh, what? I don't know that. That's the issue more than being overworked. And I think it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the term that foreigners use. Korean surprise.
I don't know where I first heard that, but I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people know that thing. That's the
Okay.
the Korean surprise.
And what do you think is the biggest cultural difference between England and Korea?
It's people's mindset, especially towards education, more mental health, this kind of thing working.
Yeah.
Because in England, I feel like, we start school at 9, finish at 3. And there's no academies. You can enjoy your evening. You don't feel any like academic pressure. Working wise as well, people really care more about work-life balance. So people don't do overtime. From my experience, people don't tend to do overtime that often. And also like people are a lot more open about their struggles mentally, and whereas noticed here people don't want to seem like they can't handle things or whatever, so they tend to keep it to themselves or
Right.
that kind of thing. That's what when I think about Korea, that's the thing I think about is the most different.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Do you think there's also a similarity between the countries?
I think people are similar everywhere. Nice people, there's not nice people. Like, people are just as friendly as England here. I feel like people are just the same anywhere you go. That's the thing. Everything else is pretty different, except that.
And I think my last question would be, to the foreigners who are planning to come to Korea in the future, is there one advice that you can give them?
If you're coming here to just travel, I have no advice. Come, have fun, see everything, including other places other than Seoul, maybe. If you're coming to study here, be careful with your money. There's too many nice things here that can go like that. You be very careful with your money. If you're coming here to work, really research where you're going. Really research and make sure you can be very strong. Okay, just prepare yourself mentally. You can do it. You can do it. Just be strong. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. So thank you so much for the interview.
Of course.
I hope you have a great time here in Korea.
Thank you. Thank you.